Hey everybody, welcome to my flosstube. My name is Doreen and my channel name is Privies and Prims Needlecrafts, and this is my second flosstube this week. I did not plan this, but I decided to just do it because I had some stuff to talk about, and I had a really good hair day, so that always helps. Sometimes I have bad hair because I haven't washed it that day, but anyway, we'll get off on that. I watched this tiny home channel called Incredible Tiny Homes, and the whole time the girl is like, she has long hair, her name's Amanda, and if you watch it, you know her. And she's like messing with her hair the whole time, like, oh, my hair looks horrible, and oh, this and oh, that. And it looks perfectly fine. But, we're so self-conscious when we're on camera. So, anyway, moving on to cross stitch. So, and punch needle. I need to show you before I send it back. And also I do want to say welcome to everybody, whether you are new here or whether you're returning. I appreciate every one of you. And I did have a giveaway video just come on a couple days ago for my 3,000 subscriber celebration. And I did say that I'd be picking a winner on the next flosstube, but I did not expect to be doing another flosstube this soon. So it will not be on this video. There's still time to go back and watch that video and put in the keywords. And very importantly, please watch to the end of that video, because a lot of people are commenting with the keywords, but they're still not a public subscriber. And it tells you how to change your settings at the end of the video. So be sure to watch all the way through so that you can qualify for those gifts. Because if you're not a public subscriber, I have to move on to the next person. And I explain all that in that video, so go back and watch. So, excuse me. So this is what I was working on when I showed you in the last flosstube. It's Not Forgotten Farm. And this is a shop. It's going to be a sample, a model punch. It's punch needle, and it's for the shepherd's needle. And I wanted to show you, I don't know that there's really any good way to hold all this up, but we're going to try. Those are the finished pieces, and I will not assemble them onto a wreath. I will send them back like this, and then the owner of the shop will assemble them. So I have lightly coffee stained them and just turn the back like I always do, and I just put a thin bead of hot glue along this edge, but not out here in case it has to be hand sewn onto something. But I believe this is going to be done as a wreath like that. So that is available at the Shepherd's Needle. It is a Not Forgotten Farm pattern. And I got that finished. I wanted to show you before I send it back. Okay, just wanted to adjust the camera a little bit. I'm not sure if I showed you this or not, this finish. I absolutely love it. It is Country Rustic Primitives on Etsy. And that's the pattern. Give Thanks Pillow Tuck. And like I said, I'm not sure if I showed this on a previous flosstube. If I did, just forgive me, but to show it again, I love this. It's got the little acorns and the leaves up in the corner, and then I put some old buttons on it that match the coloring. And I did use the called for colors, I think, on this one. Let me make sure. I usually write notes on my pattern, and this one does not have any notes. So I would say that, yes, I did use the called for colors on that. And it is a really quick stitch, like I did this in one day. So I did want to show you that. This one I showed in my last flosstube, but in case you haven't seen it, go and check out her Etsy shop. She is a new pattern designer. She's been stitching for a while and her own designs, but she just started, opened her Etsy shop. And not only has she opened her Etsy shop, she has a flosstube channel now. So I'm so happy for her. She's got 2 videos up. Her 12-year-old son is doing the videoing for her. And I don't know if he's doing any editing. I don't know if she's needed any editing yet. But he is doing a great job. Actually, there is editing, because at the end of the first video, there were still shots of the things that she showed. In the first video, she kind of held them back like this, and they were, and she would show them like back here like this, and it was hard to see. On the second video, he zoomed in on them so that you could see them better. So he's learning quickly, and she's learning also. So I think last night she had like 66 subscribers. So definitely go over, check her out. That is the name of her channel. And or it may just be Asbery's Echoes, I'm not sure, but I'll put a link down in the description box so that you can just click on her channel name and it'll take you right to it. Definitely go over, show her some love. Everything is primitive, so there's not a whole lot of channels out there like that everything is primitive. But this was, I think, her first pattern out. Her patterns are $8. Well, the ones that I bought were. And then last night I had to buy this one when I saw it. Isn't that adorable? I love it. So definitely go over, check out her channel on YouTube, and check out her Etsy shop and show her some love as a new designer and a new floss tuber. Her name is Rhonda. She's also on Instagram under that same name, Asbery Echoes. So definitely check her out. I'm sure this is probably a one-day stitch also, if you've got time like I do. And, you know, everybody says I get so much done. This girl, she's got me beat by a mile. She stitches so fast. She is really fast. She's a monogamous stitcher like me, which brings me to the next topic. I think I'm going to cheat. Someone said in a comment on another video, does that mean I'm a cross-stitch adulterer? Because I'm going to cheat. I'm not going to be monogamous anymore. And I thought this might happen. And I think it's going to. So let me get this needle out. This is Teresa Kogut Happy House. As you know, I've been showing this. And this is my progress on it. So I think I'm making really good progress. And then last night I started filling in that house. And I watched my first Christmas movie of the season. I did watch a Christmas movie. I watched so much floss tube, and it just kind of gets like, and it's like, I got to change it up a little bit. Sometimes I'll change it up and watch an RV channel on YouTube. I don't have TV. So I put Netflix on my laptop. My son graciously put me on his account. And I looked for a Christmas movie. And I think it was called Falling for Christmas. And it's about some rich, snobby, spoiled lady that falls, hits her head, and then she forgets who she is. Of course, you know, typical story. And this guy finds her, helps her, get back to her life or whatever. And then, of course, in the end, the family finds her. But I won't tell you anything more. But it was pretty good. You know, it's a chick flick. It's not anything serious. It's just a fun movie to watch while you're stitching. So check that one out. But anyway, the whole movie, that's all I got done filling in that house. And that was probably, an hour and a half, typical movie. I didn't look to see how long it was. That's a lot of stitching. And look how much more I still have to do. So I'm going to cheat on this one. I'm not cheating in stitching, but I'm cheating on my stitch. You know what I mean? And I'm going to stitch this, because I can't wait to stitch this. It's so stinking cute. I got to do it. So that's what I'm going to do. So I am no longer going to be a monogamous stitcher as long as I'm doing this, because I just, what content would I have if I just showed every week a little bit that I got done on this? So not only content, but gosh, I need to complete things. I need to complete them. I need to see them. I need to display them and enjoy them. And if this is taking me a month to do, then I'm neglecting that need that's in me. This I can do in one day, finish it, make the pillows, stuff it with sawdust and all that, have it ready, and post it on Instagram in one day. That's what I like. That's my comfort zone. That's my happy place. And then this, I hope to have this done by the end of November. So I think I can do it. I just need little times to break up and do something different. And the punch needle does help with that too, because I'll work on this one day and then I'll do punch needle one day. The punch needle right now that I'm working on is a job. And I get paid for that. I'm a model puncher. So I need to do that. I can't put it off. I have 2 more patterns to do for her. I already have them traced on the weaver's cloth. And once they're done, then I will probably start working on Christmas smalls. So another couple things I wanted to show you, because I forgot to show you the other day. They were actually out in my car and I forgot all about them. When I was camping last weekend, me and a couple of my friends went to an antique store, and I got this for $3.50. So as a display piece to put something on here. That was super cheap. And then there was a booth that had a whole bunch of sewing stuff, just baskets of stuff just thrown in there. And I didn't really take the time to look at everything. It was very crowded. It was a very tiny little area, like in the back of this building was like a whole bunch of little rooms. And this room was like the size of a small bathroom. And everything was just packed in there. But this was 50 cents for this rickrack. So I got that. I'm going to coffee stain it because it's bright. And I got, let me open this. Sorry for the crinkle. This trim was $1.25. It says vintage trim. I don't know if it's really vintage, but I thought it'd be good for something. It's like a really dark olive green, and then a dark red, and like a mustard yellow gold. But it's kind of cool, and it's it's just rolled up, so there's a lot of it there. Let me see if I can find something white. I haven't moved my table yet. Still in the middle of the floor. I don't know if you can see it good there. So I have this table that I'm using, and then the other table is right against it over there. Because that's a job, and I don't feel like doing it yet. So we talked about acorns. These are my acorn caps. There's probably about 200 in there. And you see moisture on the bag. I've had them in the freezer just to kill any possible critters that might have came home with me. So this is one kind. I didn't realize there were so many different kinds of acorns. And then I think I have 3 different kinds in here. Okay, I think I've got all 3 in my hand. Let's see. I can show them to you. Those are the 3 that I have. The 3 different kinds. Now, this one I only have a few because they didn't have any really big ones. These were at a campground in Linville, North Carolina last weekend. I got them. So these are, imagine that as a little snowman hat. It's really deep. It's like a little bucket. And then these are kind of like the Scottish hat. I don't know what they're called. Anyway, I got a lot of these and a lot of these. So I'm going to the store today and see if I can find some wool roving, like wool felt little balls, because I was looking on the internet and it said if you put them like in hot soapy water, you can form it, and then I would get that oblong shape that I want for an acorn, instead of doing the circles of wool and then stitching it and pulling it, which will make it like a ball. So I'm going to try that today. Maybe today. It's a rainy day. I'm supposed to go camping today, and I canceled it because it's going to rain all day into tomorrow morning, and thunderstorms later today. And then my friends are all there. It's our last trip of the year. So I'm just going to go tomorrow for one night, and it's going to be like in the 60s and sunny tomorrow. So I'm going to go for one night, and we are having dinner tomorrow night. So I am taking this. I like to take this, and I will post a picture, or maybe you can just screenshot it, and maybe you can find it online at their website. But that's the recipe. It's really easy. I don't like to cook, and mine doesn't look that pretty when it's done, because I take the pecans. It's caramel pecan cheesecake. And I take the pecans and crumble them up and mix them. I put them like in the little food processor and chop them all up. And then I put them mixed in with the caramel, and I drizzle that over the top. And it still doesn't look this pretty because I just kind of spoon it over there. It's not like this pretty zigzag thing. But it tastes just as good. It is delicious. So let me see if I can just hold that up, and then you could screenshot it there. If it's not clear, let me know and email me, and I'll email it to you. But that's the recipe. It is delicious and perfect to take for a potluck. And there's a story about this. I don't know if I said it in another floss tube, but the first time I made this, I took it to a camping potluck. And I didn't cook it. I was thinking, I don't like to cook. And I was thinking, like the Jell-O no-bake cheesecake. And I didn't bake it. I didn't know you had to bake it. I didn't read that far. I guess on the directions. And I took it, and we loved it. But it was like a pudding. And I would try to slice it, and it would just close down on itself. And we even put it in the refrigerator for hours. We might have even put it in the freezer. And it still just kind of caved in on itself when you cut it. But we ate it, and we scraped the bowl, and we licked the spoon, and we just really, the pie pan, you put it in graham cracker crust. It was so good. And people were saying, oh my gosh, that was so good. Well, the next day, I went to tell my mom how to make it. And it says bake at 350 for 40 minutes. And I was like, oh my gosh, I didn't bake it. And it had raw eggs in it. So it's like a running joke. So now when I say I'm going to bring this, they ask me if I'm going to bake it. So I have to get the supplies for that today when I go to the store. And that's what I'm doing this afternoon. I'm making that. But it's really quick and easy. So that's it for today, guys. Be sure you go over check out that giveaway video. Check out Asbery Echoes. And last time I asked you if you are listening to Christmas music yet. A lot of you are, and a lot of you aren't. And today I will ask, are you watching any Christmas movies yet? Because I just watched my first one last night. I don't know if I watched any last year. So, and the one that I watched on Netflix last night was from 2022, and I hadn't seen it. So I don't think I watched any last year. And so I have a lot to catch up on. So I'll see you on the next video. There is a video coming on Sunday evening that is about me at the what I won at the county fair. I already have that filmed and scheduled and posted. So be sure to look for that. And then I will do another floss tube probably next week and be announcing the winners. So if you go over and you use those keywords, you've got to be a public subscriber. And the way to check that is it's in the video. It tells you at the end how to check it and how to change your setting. So go check out Rhonda, her floss tube, her Etsy shop, and tell me if you're watching Christmas movies yet. See you, everybody. Have a great one. Bye.